All right, let's get right into this. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we are going to look at a literal blueprint that will completely transform how you view your money. In fact, do me a favor real quick. Grab your phone, open up a notes app, or just grab a piece of paper and a pen right now. Seriously, do it. We aren't just going to sit here and talk about financial theory today. We are actually building a real, practical budget together right here, right now. By the end of this Explainer, you are going to walk away with a tangible plan to achieve actual financial freedom.
There is just a massive amount of anxiety surrounding money today, and the instinctive reaction for almost everyone is to just assume the problem is their paycheck. But what if I told you that most Americans don't fail at money because they earn too little? Think about that for a second. The real hidden issue isn't actually a lack of income. It's the complete absence of a structured system. Because without a system, honestly, it doesn't matter how much you make, that baseline anxiety, it's always going to be there.
It really comes down to this classic myth versus reality scenario. The myth tells you, I just need a higher income to fix my problems. But the reality, the actual truth, is simply, I need a simple plan. True financial success comes from having a workable, straightforward system. You absolutely do not need a finance degree. You don't need to be some wizard at complicated math to win at this stuff. You just need a practical blueprint that actually works in your real, everyday life.
So here is our game plan for today's Explainer. We're going to start with 1, the real money problem. Then jump into 2, diagnosis, income, and spending. After that is 3, the 50-30-20 rule, followed by 4, give every dollar a job. And we'll wrap the whole thing up with 5, the path to financial freedom. Let's move from passive anxiety to active control.
Okay, part 1, the real money problem. Everything we are about to do today is designed to fix the one core issue we just talked about, navigating your financial life without a clear strategy.
Moving right along to part 2, diagnosis, income, and spending. This first phase of our blueprint means we have to confront our current financial reality head on. We got to look at the numbers with absolute honesty, but zero judgment.
So, step 1 is knowing your real income. We need your actual monthly take-home pay to use as a baseline. We're talking about the money that actually hits your bank account after taxes. If you get paid bi-weekly, a super handy trick is to just multiply one paycheck by 26 and then divide by 12. And hey, if your income fluctuates, just use your lowest average month. That keeps your budget incredibly safe. That number right there is your starting line. Next, we hit step 2, track your spending. I want you to brutally review your last 30 days of transactions. Pull up the banking apps, the credit card statements, the whole shebang. Write down where your money actually went, and whatever you do, do not guess.
Now, when you do step 2 accurately, you usually encounter this shocking truth. Small daily spending is exactly where your money disappears. It is rarely the big, flashy purchases that sink a budget. It's actually the small, unchecked daily expenses, right? The random coffees, the quick grab-and-go lunches, those little late-night online orders. They literally drain your accounts, silently and consistently.
All right, part 3, the 50-30-20 rule. This is the framework phase of our Explainer. We've gathered the raw data, and now we need a map to organize it all. For step 3, we are going to break your spending down into just 3 super simple groups. First, needs. This is your rent, basic groceries, utility bills, and transportation. Next up, wants. This is eating out, your streaming subscriptions, and just shopping for fun. And finally, savings and debt. That covers your emergency fund, any investments, and your credit card payments. By sorting your expenses into these 3 buckets, you create this personalized money map. And suddenly, those problem areas we talked about become immediately obvious.
Step 4 is actually applying the 50-30-20 rule. A really great guideline when you're just starting out is aiming for 50% of your income toward needs, 30% toward wants, and 20% toward savings or debt payoff. Think of this as an instant diagnostic tool. If your needs category is eating up way more than 50% of your pie, that is a huge warning sign. And if your savings slice is sitting at a big fat 0, you are definitely in the danger zone. Now keep in mind, you do not have to perfectly match these exact percentages on day 1. You're really just trying to aim close to this target. Which leads us straight into step 5. I want you to ask this question of every single expense sitting in your wants category. Does this expense actually improve my life? If the answer is no, you gotta ruthlessly cut it or at least reduce it. We're talking about those phantom subscriptions you completely forgot about or the habit of grabbing takeout 5 nights a week. Just remember what we figured out earlier. Making small cuts leads to massive monthly savings.
Okay, part 4, give every dollar a job. This is where we take the power back.
We are officially transitioning from just passively tracking where your money went to actively dictating what it's going to do.
Step 6 reveals an absolute game changer. See, the failing mindset is, oh, I'll just save whatever's left over at the end of the month. But let's be real, there's never anything left. The winning mindset flips that completely. It says, I will spend exactly this amount, I will save this amount, and I will invest this amount. Every single dollar you earn needs to have a distinct assigned purpose before you even spend a dime. Assigning those jobs in advance, that right there is the ultimate definition of financial control.
Step 7 is building your emergency fund, and you want to aim for a starting target of about $500 to $1,000. You absolutely have to have a buffer to protect yourself against unexpected problems. You know, a sudden car repair, a surprise medical bill, or getting laid off. Without this specific buffer in place, a single random emergency has the power to completely derail your finances.
Step 8 is choosing a simple tool, a notes app, a basic spreadsheet, or even a free budgeting app on your phone. This blueprint proves that building a system is incredibly accessible. You really don't need anything fancy. Honestly, the specific tool you pick doesn't matter even a little bit. The only thing that matters is your consistency in actually using it.
And finally, part 5, the path to financial freedom. This is the final mindset shift of our explainer, where everything we've just built together really starts to pay off.
Step 9, review weekly. Listen, your budget is absolutely not a set it and forget it document. You need to pull up your chosen tool once a week to just check in and adjust things as needed. This weekly check-in is the anchor. It's the thing that keeps you in total control, rather than letting you slowly fall back into the old habit of just guessing where your money is.
Step 10 is all about staying consistent. In 3 months, that is a fantastic, tangible finish line to aim for. Look, your first month of budgeting is going to be a little messy, and that is completely normal. Don't stress about it. But if you can just stay consistent with this system for 3 months, your entire money situation will transform. You will officially stop reacting to money and start controlling it. Most people never actually do this, which is exactly why they stay stuck. But you're already ahead of the pack simply because you started today. Because the core truth of everything we've discussed today is simply this: a budget isn't about restriction. It's about freedom. When you give every dollar a job, when you trim out the waste, and when you build that buffer, you aren't locking yourself in a cage. You are buying back your peace of mind. So I want you to consider this. If you follow this exact blueprint starting right now, today, what will your financial freedom look like just 90 days from now? Get to work, take control, and I will see you in the next explainer.